now hear me, wanna see me more clearly. I know he hear me when my feet get weary. This weirdly, almost nearly extinct. We rappers as role models, we rap, we don't think. I ain't get up.
Well, well, I guess I think we got some change of plans tonight because I had a topic which I want to talk about, but I think I have to change the topic. I think I have to change the topic. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. My topic tonight was going to be about Brexit, but I think I've just changed the topic to talk about Kobe Bryant. I want to just let this music just play first. You see, it is appointed for man to die. It's appointed to persons to die. We don't know the time. We don't know the hour. We don't know the second when our time is up. You know? And you see, when we see all of these things happening around us in life, when we see the politics, the Trump, the Brexit, it's like nothing really matters at a certain point, because when you recognize that you have no control over life, you have no control over death and life. You did not make a choice when you were going to be born. You know? Yeah, I was going to talk about the Brexit. I was going to talk about the Brexit factor. I was going to talk about the 31st of March, whereby it is Brexit Day. You know, but I was just sitting down today, and I was just, you know, actually I was preparing the show, and then this thing flashed up. Kobe Bryant died. I sort of ignored it initially because, you know, like when Michael Jackson died, you know, when we saw it flashed up, I don't know about you, but for me, I just went across it and just flashed across it and just ignored it until it kept coming back, until it kept coming back, and it kept coming back. And I said, hang on a second, this seems to be real. And as it kept coming back, I said, hang on, Michael Jackson really died. And did not want to accept it until the point whereby CNN called it and different stations called it, and then wanted to accept it because at the time I grew up as a great fan of Michael Jackson. So his death had an impact. Now for Kobe Bryant as well, his death has an impact on many people's lives. Many people's lives. And I was reading his bio, and I'll be honest with you, I'm not a basketball fan, you know, not so much of a sports fan, I must say, but, you know, I tend to notice persons when they're up there and the inspirational element of their lives. So, and it just a couple of days ago, I was actually reading about this Kobe Bryant, just reading about him, reading about his family and his children, and I just got the news just popped up now that one of his daughters died with him, you know, and that is really heartbreaking, you know, very heartbreaking, because, yeah, very heartbreaking, you know. As I said, no man knows the hour, no man knows the time when one is called. Death is no respect of persons. Life is no respect of persons, because when we were born, we didn't ask to be born in this world, but as a result, we actually was born based on the activities of two individuals. When it come on to death as well, we, you know, it's appointed to man to die once and then to face the Maker. So you know, and even recent days, even this January New Year's Day, you know, someone dear to us on our street, passed away. And you keep reflecting on the person, and all you can remember is the person's smile and everything like that. And that person has passed away. There, involve a lot with my street and the neighborhood. And funeral is on the 29th. And then you have to recognize that you have to thank God, ladies and gentlemen. You've got to thank God for where you are now, because it is by the grace of God that we're alive. There is a God, whether we like it or not. There is a God. There's a Savior. I'm sorry to say this. I'm burst anyone's bubble, but there's a heaven and there's a hell. That's a reality. Maybe I'm here to preach today or so, because we have no control. We have no we have no control over life and death. So therefore, we have a responsibility to be our brother's keeper, be our sister's keeper, look out for each other as much as possible. I was reading about Kobe Bryant, and August the 23rd, 1978, January the 26th, 2020, an American professional footballer, played his entire 20-year career in the National Basketball Association with the Los Angeles Lakers. Those who know him know that more than me. Entered an NBA directly from high school and won 5 NBA championships. Bryant was an 18-time All-Star, 15-time member of the All-NBA team, 12-time member of the All-Defensive team, and was the NBA Most Valuable Player, MVP, in 2008. Bryant was widely regarded as one of the greatest basketball players of all time. He led the NBA in scoring during 2 seasons, ranked 4th on the league all-time regular season scoring, 4th on all-time postseason scoring list. Bryant was the first guard in NBA history to play at least 20 seasons. Ladies and gentlemen, I was supposed to talk about Brexit and talk about the 31st Brexit Day, but with the news about Kobe Bryant, I just want to read his bio. Bryant was the son of former NBA player Joe Bryant. He enjoyed a successful high school basketball career at Lower Meriton High School in Pennsylvania, where he was recognized as a top high school basketball player in the country. Upon graduation, he declared for the 1996 NBA draft and was selected by the Charlotte Hornets with the 13th overall pick. Right? Bryant earned himself as a reputation high flyer, fan favorite by winning 90s, slam dunk. Oh yes, that's one thing I like to watch actually with basketball. Slam dunk, crazy, So therefore I don't follow the seasons and I don't follow things through seasons, but I would like to watch those slam dunk and all those sort of things. He was accused of sexual assault, but the charges were eventually dropped. That was in 2003. Civil suit was settled out of court. Lakers lost the 2004 NBA, At 34 years and 104 days of age, Bryant became the youngest player in league history to reach 30,000 career points. He became the all-time leading scorer in Lakers franchise history on February 1st, 2010, when he surpassed Jerry West during his 3rd year in the league. Bryant was chosen to start the All-Star game, and he will continue to be selected to start that game for a record 18 consecutive appearances until his retirement. His 4 All-Star MVP awards are tied with Bob Pritt for the most NBA history. At the 2008 and 2012 Summer Olympics, he won gold medal as a member of the U.S. national team. In 2018, Bryant won the Academy for the Best Animated Short Film, his first film, Dear Basketball. Bryant died today, January 26, 2020, alongside his daughter and 3 others in a helicopter crash outside of Calabasas, California, at the age of 41. I'm privileged to be 50 years of age. It's a blessing. Many persons, whatever your age is now, it's a blessing and it's a privilege for you to be where you're at. You're on the road, and as a person like myself, you're on the road, you're driving every day. You got to be careful because you're driving for yourself, but you're driving for others as well, because you got crazy drivers, right? Many things happen out there, people at the wrong place. Yesterday, I was actually driving with my son, and we saw police siren, so you just pull aside because you hear the police siren, But lo and behold, what was happening was actually there was a chase. A car was police was actually chasing a car. So the car actually moved very close to us, really. Weren't really conscious about it because you're just driving near the police siren. Police was actually chasing a car just right around the corner in our Grove Park. Never seen it before. Very interesting. But you hear so many different things about when police chasing a car and things happen and crash or whatever. Like, you don't know. We don't know where this. So the question that one has to ask yourself now: what is your legacy? What is our legacy that we got to leave to this world? That if anything happens today, what is the legacy that you're gonna leave with this world for yourself, your children, children? What is the life that we are living at present? You know, okay, you may not serve God, but what is the good deeds, if anything? Are you your brother's keeper? Are you your sister's keeper? Yeah. Are you positive? Are you pessimistic? You know, are you uplifting? Are you encouraging, exhorting, edifying, comforting? One has got to start to check oneself, because at the end of the day, no man knows the date, the time, the second, the hour when you're called. And when you're called, you have no choice. Death comes, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Are you fearful of death? Are we fearful of death? Right? Do you know what happens after death? Do you know? Ashes to ashes, dust to dust, cremation or whatever. Do we know? Do I know? Do you know? What is your belief? What do you believe? Who do you believe? You see, when we think about even the whole Brexit saga, which is happening now, and they're talking about the 31st. I was thinking, oh yeah, I'm going to really talk about Brexit the 31st, because in March 2016, March, yeah, I'm going to forget the date now. I think June 2016, there was a vote, and therefore we were going to leave Brexit, and everybody was excited, and we had 3 years of to and fro, elections upon elections. And then you check it out and you realize after today, I said, that was a topic. That was a key topic that I was going to come on. That was a topic I was going to talk upon, ladies and gentlemen. That was a juggler. What topic could I? Let's talk about Brexit. Let's talk about coronavirus, if anything. But coronavirus has killed 56 persons so far, I believe. I think so. But yet, the death of Kobe Bryant maybe has more impact than the 56 persons who have passed away. Why is that? Got to ask yourself the question. Are their death less important than Kobe Bryant? But it is a thing we call close proximity. Who are you close to as an impact? When your mother passed away, your father passed away, your friends passed away, the impact upon that person that you're closely affiliated to, could be a movie star, could be Michael Jackson. I mean, two stars which affected my lives was James Ingram and Michael Jackson. Two stars that made me cry, actually. Michael Jackson and James Ingram, because that person that I grew up on. But I'm not crying for the 56 persons who passed away in China, coronavirus. Why? Think about that for a second. So therefore, the big question we've got to ask ourselves is, when we leave this earth, when we go, what is the legacy that you're leaving? Right? Who are you building? Who are you endorsing? Who are you exhorting? Who are you cutting off? Do we need to cut off persons now? You got to ask yourself a question. Do we need to cut off persons or keep close to persons no matter what? Because this is the year of 2020 where many people say that I'm going to cut this off, I'm going to cut that off, I'm going to cut that off. But really, got to ask yourself this question. Do we really need to cut off persons? Or maybe sow that seed, that positive words, that encouraging word that will change the game. Somebody come at you angry, then you come in and say, why are you angry? Someone come at you mad, you say, why are you mad? You know? So these are the things that one has got to consider, because right now, I mean, the whole thing with Kobe, a lot of persons are actually feeling that. But could it be also the fear of the unknown? The fear of the unknown, the fear of is, where is one going? Where are you going to go after this earth? I mean, people are talking about climate change. You know, the world is coming to an end, according to Prince Charles, in 10 years' time. I think over 10 years ago, what's his name? Al Gore said the world is going to come to an end. There's fire, brimstone, Greta, whatever, is mad saying that the world leaders are not doing much. Really? Really, really, really? Do we have control? Do we have ultimate responsibility? Or is it the ultimate responsibility is for our souls? The ultimate responsibility is for your soul. The ultimate responsibility because you are the captain of your ship. And being the captain of your ship, you are the one who's got to steer that. Where are you steering your ship as a captain? Because there's life, there's death, there's heaven, there's hell, depending on what you believe. Right? Nothing to impose or to push on someone's truth. But where do you go after you leave this world? Where do you go after you pass away? Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Is it that the fear factor? Is that it? Because it's a question that everyone will need to answer. I even go further. My good friend, these are good things to think about. My good friend, Jorge, he talks about insurance. I mean, this is on some practical things now. You know, because you have no control over tomorrow, believe it or not, to go to sleep and wake up, it's a blessing. You got to thank God for waking up. You don't have to wake up. Have you got insurance for your family? Have you got a will for your family? Or you have to go to GoFundMe. Think about those things. You have no control over life. You have no control over death. Right? Fortunately, persons like Kobe or so will have things in place for his family. What is left of his family, very distraught. You know, may they rest in peace. That is him and his daughter and the 3 other persons. Condolences to his wife and I think his 3 other children. I think he's got 4 girls. Yeah, that's heartbreaking, man. Totally heartbreaking. I took a picture of my daughter today. Took a picture of my son today, and you know, just before that, and looking at the whole thing now, it just really dawned home. It just really dawned, really dawned. So, are you walking with who? Are you walking with Jesus? What are you walking with? What's your life? So it's a soul searching time, because right now, Brexit means nothing. Chumps mean nothing. Climate change mean nothing. When you put it into perspective, none of these things mean anything really when you put it into perspective. What? What turns out that means something really truly is, where do you go after? Do you believe that it is ashes to ashes and dust to dust and that's it, zilch? Or do you believe there's more after that? At 41 years of age, Kobe Bryant went. Even Bob Marley went at 34. Martin Luther King went in his 30s. Right? The great sometimes. Somebody said, well, it's a bit facetious by saying Kobe Bryant is gone and Trump is still here. God is no respecter of persons. Right? One cannot even try to judge other persons based on our standard. Forbid you, or forbid, perish the thought that we're trying to say that person is better off than that person. Perish the thought that we think that that person is going to heaven and that person is going to go because of our thinking and based on our standard and based on what we think and how we believe and our perception. So the thought that I'm leaving with you, because as I said, today was going to be about Brexit, talking about the 31st of March, to go down to South London, and by going down to South London, in Westminster, and to have the first coins that says, we leave the European Union, prosperity, peace for the UK. And we're going forward. Yes, there's positive element towards a Brexit. There's a positive element to anything, ladies and gentlemen. There is a positive element to anything, really and truly. Trust me, believe it or not. What do you say about that? Because, you know, at the end of the day, one life to live. And as And as the great Lou Rawls sing, and Lou Rawls made this song, and it was a powerful song. You've got one life to live, so live it in peace, live it in truth, live it in life, you know. And as a matter of fact, and I ask the indulgence of Facebook to let me play this song, and it is by Lou Rawls. You have one life to live, right? And I'm just play this just
Writing's
briefly.
not that easy, but Grammarly can help.
And it's a powerful song because what it does is actually setting the stage to show that really and truly one has. And I ask for Facebook to indulge me for a moment as I play this for you. One life to live.
You only got one life to live, so live it in peace, live it in truth, live it in love.
Live it in peace, live it in truth, live it in love.
Why don't you live each day like it's your last one? You take control of your emotions, all your doubts and fears,
And just laugh at the world and all its sadness. I'm doing karaoke now. Replace for the salty. You've got one life to live, so give it your all, give it a lot, give it your best shot. I think it's best I stop because you might not see the video back up because Facebook might just ban it because they say, you know, I'm actually usurping or taking copyright. So what I'll do is actually just place something there to say music is to empower, really. So they say you got, and one of the words what it says, because you've got one life to live, so give it your all, give it a lot, give it your best shot, right? So I'm inspired because I was listening to some of the quotes by Kobe Bryant, and one of the things that I hate lazy people. Not lazy, he doesn't hate people, but he hates laziness. And there was an interview he was doing, and somebody was looking at some hypothetical situation, and he said, "I don't deal with hypothetical thing. You either win or you lose, or something like that." And he's a very practical guy. And I believe that through his life, we're going to find some very important and some very inspirational element of Kobe Bryant's life. And even in our lives, when we check it out, in our lives, we also have some very inspirational and motivational element that we all have. So the key thing now is to somewhat to package, right? Package our life. How does that mean? Yeah, package our life, ladies and gentlemen. Package what you are. Package everything about you, right? And ensure that the life that you live is something that you can pass on to this world, right? Let Kobe Bryant's life be an inspirational element to you, okay? Right? Yeah, let it be very inspirational. And most importantly, let your life be inspirational. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Where do you go tomorrow? If the maker comes for you. Two ways you're gonna go. Two ways. Of course, that is based on my belief. And of course, everybody has their own belief. You got to believe something. Okay? Take care of your family. Take care of your children. Yeah? Work hard. Don't bother with the pessimism. Don't bother with the fighting of each other. But to build each other. Don't worry about Trump. Don't worry about Brexit. Look, there is a positive side to everything. Trust me. Believe me. I know what I'm saying. There is a positive element. Yeah? Okay? So, as for me, and I'm sure many people join me, that we our condolences to Mr. Kobe Bryant. I mean, family, his daughters, his wife, his friends, football, the sports fraternity, the Americans, as much as possible. But let it be also a wake-up call to ensure that we be the captain of our ship and lead our ship the right and the proper way. So whenever the time comes, we've got something that we have left behind. Do your insurance, life insurance, do your will. Don't get into this GoFundMe thing after you pass away. Do these things. One of his daughters in the helicopter. Yes, Charles, that's what we found out. So yeah, one of his daughters was in the helicopter as well. You know, and you know, I mean, the world is at a point whereby there are many questions being asked at the same time, because we're hearing from China that there's this coronavirus which is accelerating, right? I brought up the issue regarding Jamaica to say that I hope the government is doing something, because there's a close relationship with China and Jamaica with the whole building of roads and everything, and there's a lot of traffic. How do one protect themselves? Can you protect yourself? They said the whole thing incubate, but you may test someone and it doesn't show while it is spreading, you know? So therefore, there is no control, ladies and gentlemen, right? So therefore, persons which have been cleared in the UK, yeah, they said it could not show, but then it show after. And in China, they're saying 56 deaths. They're talking about thousands. And many people say more. They're locking down cities. The place War II, or wherever it came from, it's about the size of London. People are eating anything. Tom, Dick, and Harry. Rat, bat, dogs, cat, everything. Right? So if you check it out really, and you check out what is happening, you really have no control. We really have no control. We really have no control. The only thing that we have control over is our spirit man, our soul man, and the choice that we make, and what we believe in, and where we go after we pass away. It's the only control, because you and I have no control over destiny, over when it is appointed for man, woman, and woman to die and to meet their maker, and then it's going to be ashes to ashes, dust to dust, zilch. But that's not the end. There's more after that. Ladies and gentlemen, there goes my Brexit discussion. But I'll be in Westminster this Friday, all being well, the 31st, hopefully, to have some, not gloating or anything, but just to actually usher in this new dispensation, right? And by ushering this new dispensation, be positive about it. And what I'll do while I'm here now, if persons just like Patricia Warmington said, life is short. Do what you know you need to do to make things right before your time comes. So if you have something to say as well, say it out. Type it now as to what is the positive element. What does it mean? What do you think that needs to be done now in your life? Don't have to be your life particular to show, but what do you think are the things that need to be done now? Because we've got a choice. We can be positive or we can be negative. We can be encouraging or we can be discouraging. We can be inspiring or we can be uninspiring. We can be motivational or we can be unmotivational. We've got a choice. Right? Think about that. Or we can be uninspired. We can be motivational. Yeah. Or we can be Let me see. Kobe. Sean Carr watched his achievements yesterday. Okay. All right. So that's all I want to say really. And So have a good night and be blessed, and be encouraging and be positive in all things that you do. And yeah, have a good night and have a blessed week. Have a wonderful week, ladies and gentlemen. Have a super duper week, right? You know, think about all the other persons who have passed away. 56 persons in China. There was an earthquake in Turkey. The people in Australia, in Jamaica, with the women and domestic violence, people have been killed. It's worldwide. You know, no death is more important than another death. All death is crucial and important as well. Okay, so please share this video. Let me have your views as much as possible, and like, subscribe to SYLBOURNE TV, and all the best. And peace out. Bye bye.